Hold on, we're gonna play.
Preaching prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Y'all should holler, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, yeah, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. I'm really for my people, y'all just playing game. I'm all about the truth, we are not the same. I'ma shoot it to you straight with a little slang. UPK, y'all finished, bitch, yeah, you know the name. Started on the streets back in '69. Read it in the record, now I want what's mine. Came up from the
You are to look your face that there'll never be one to take your place. Cause each and every time you touch a spray paint can, Michelangelo's soul controls your hands. Then serenades are blue and red, and the beauty of the rainbow fills your head. Crescendo colors playing tune, man, why oh why you have to die so soon? Say it 1, 2, 3, 4. Just let me know what you came here for, and just clap your hands, everybody, and let me know that I'm not alone. And if you knew my man when he was alive, screaming out to say remote, remote. I'm talking about ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Where the good die young is all thy must. Cause that life must live, death must die, and the tears shall fall from the living eye. Tell me who's gonna dream the impossible dream of the beautiful cities and the islands' dreams when your works of art brought into being all that the ghetto stopped you from seeing. Still life urban masterpiece. Your chain mama getting on chains and walls. $1 million gift only God released, and yet you got killed for nothing at all. So after this there'll be no more hard times, no more bad times, and no more pain, no more chunk change, none of that bull, just movies, museums, in the Hall of Fame. So all you hip hops, get on up and let's take it to the top where we belong. Cause the age of the beat street wave is here. Everybody, let's sing along. Come on and say ho, say ho. And to let me know I'm rocking the microphone, everybody say remote, remote. A newspaper burns in the sand, and the headlines say man destroys man. Extra, extra, read all the bad news on the war of peace that everybody will lose. The rise and fall, the last great empire, the sound of the whole world caught on fire. The ruthless struggle, the desperate gamble, the game that left the whole world in shambles. The cheats, the lies, the alibis, and the foolish attempts to conquer the skies. Lost in space, and what is it worth? The president just forgot about Earth, spending all time being, and maybe even trillions. The cost of weapons ran in the zillions. There's gold in the street, and there's diamond under feet, and the children in Africa don't even eat. Flies on the faces, they're living like mice, and the houses even make the ghetto look nice. The water tastes funny, it's forever too sunny, and they work all night and don't make no money. I fight for power, a nuclear people shot out in the darkest hour, the sight unseen and voices unheard, and finally the bomb gets the last word. Christian killed Muslims and German killed Jews, and everybody's bodies are used and abused. Minds are poisoned and souls are polluted. Superiority complexes disputed. Allegiance and license, and people got prices. Egomaniacs control the some righteous. Nothing is sacred and nothing is pure, so the revelation of death is our cure. Dachau, Auschwitz, Hiroshima, Vietnam, Leningrad, Iwo Jima, Okinawa, Korea, the Philippines. Devastation, death, kept the killing machines. The people's in terror, the leaders made an error, and now they can't even look in the mirror. Cause we gotta suffer while things get rougher, and that's the reason why we got to get tougher. So learn from the past and work for the future, and don't be a slave to no computer. Cause the children of man inherits the land, and the future of the world is in your hands. So just throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you believe that you're the future, scream it out and say, oh yeah. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Clap it up. Hey, we are the ISUPK under Command and General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Israelites according to the Bible. You understand? We're not affiliated with any fake Israelite group. And the UPK is we the only authorized priests and prophets of the Lord to teach the Bible. This is the Tuesday night brotherhood class, and tonight's topic is it's time to love your brother. Make no mistake about it, though. It's been time, that we ought to love one another. That you ought to love your brother. You understand? But if it's never been a time before, the time is now. You understand?
All right, so HALAK, if I could,
Hold on,
HALAK,
come, sir.
I think you may need to close one of your screens because it got us over here on the side. Hold on, I think I know what it is. Let me switch it to. I don't know what it is. Why I got us kind of thrown off like this. Hold on. Go ahead and keep rocking. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. You see what I'm talking about? I don't know what it is.
Okay. Come, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and keep rocking though. Let's try to fix it.
Come. Like I was saying, this is the Tuesday night brotherhood class. Tonight's topic is it's time. It's time to love. It's time to love your brother. It's high time. We ought to have been loving one another. But with everything that's going on in the world, the hangings are steadily increasing. Police violence towards our people. That's not slacking. That ain't cutting down. You understand? The oppression has not ceased. You understand? We still haven't got 40 acres in a mule. Not that we was going to ever get it in the first place. But what I'm saying is, as we're getting close to the ends, you understand, and it's time for us to come together, like the Bible says, like the Most High, instructs us. It's time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to come together. You understand, so that we can, work together, and fight, to take back our rightful place, in this earth. You understand, under the Most High, and get, what belongs to us. You understand? So, and also, it's a lot going on, recently. We got some real important trials going on, in the court system, concerning our people, and we live in this captivity, in Esau society, and it's gonna get to the place to where, unaliving is, has become, we have been desensitized to unaliving, and we should never get to the point to where we're comfortable with unaliving one another, With that being the case, we have, we fall right into the trap, of our enemy. That's exactly, the way that they want it to be, and that's not what the Most High, wants from us, wants from his people. We have to fight against the wiles and the schemes and the practices of the devil. You understand? So we're gonna go into a few precepts real quick. You
Yes,
know,
HALAK, if I could.
come on, sir. Go on ahead, priest.
No, that's a heavy point that you said about us being desensitized to the unaliving of our brothers and our sisters, because it's crazy. Today I was the devil Dolly Parton passed away today. I guess I don't know what happened to her, how she passed away. But there was black people just so compassionate and so loving and so many kind words for this white woman. You know what I'm saying? When we don't even get that own love from our own people when something happens.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I've been hearing about the whole Carmelo Anthony case, and our black people are saying that he's getting what he deserves. Like, we have no compassion. We are desensitized to our own kind, man, and it's a sad thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably going to get worse before it get better, because the Lord's going to have to show us that, we all we got.
we all
know
we
what I'm
got.
saying? And if we don't come together and understand we all we got, then you know what I'm saying, this oppression is just going to continue to go on. You know what I'm saying? I remember back in the day when me and my brothers used to get into fights and argue. Me and my brothers and my sisters used to get in fights and arguments, and we get in trouble. And what would my parents do, or my family members do? They would make us do something together to where we got to work together and show each other that we care about one another. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's gonna have to take for us, man. We're gonna have to come together and show each other that we care about one another. But long as we keep loving the white man and the white woman, we got a long road ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
Man, you telling the truth, Adam. We definitely gotta get back to that. And I want to bring out some precepts on tonight's topic.
All right.
And let's start in the book of Proverbs. If I could. Let's go to chapter 1 and verse 7, Baba Kashah.
All right, Khan. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Okay.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Okay. So the Most High in these since 1969, the Most High have sent the prophets back on the earth, okay, to teach his people, to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are, and to give them the knowledge of who they are and the knowledge of the truth. And that is that we are the true Israelites according to the Bible. And that because we have not kept his commandments, we have brought these curses upon ourselves. You understand? These horrendous curses. You understand? And you can find those in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. You understand? And it goes into, how a nation with a fierce countenance would come upon us, you understand, and overtake us. And that nation would not have no love, no compassion for the young, nor the old, you understand. And if you look in history, all throughout history, you can see where Esau, where the white man has used water hoses and spray old people down as well as young people down. Has hung old people from trees, as well as young our kids from trees. You understand, and these things have happened throughout the black community as well as the Hispanic and Latino community. And one thing you ought to know, this knowledge real quick, I'm gonna give you, is that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The colonizer is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. You understand? The conquistadors are the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? All these are one in the Ku Klux Klan is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All these are one and the same. You understand? And they are all of the seed of Esau. You understand? So, you have to come into this knowledge, okay, and understand who you are and what has happened to us. And then if you got any sense, you should begin to fear the Lord. You should begin to say to yourself, man, the Lord let all these bad things, horrible things come upon us just because we were disobedient. Yeah. The Lord let us go into slavery just because, and let our sisters, raped, ravished,
Right.
And all these horrible things to our children get sold to where we would never see them again. Yeah, just because we were disobedient, and that should bring some type of reverence of the Most High, to let you know that the Most High ain't playing when He tell you to obey His laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? So that's why it says, you understand, the fear. Read that again, Baba Kashan.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
Okay, that's the beginning of knowledge. That's the first. These are the milk, the things that you ought to know. You ought to know who you are. A lot of y'all don't, because a lot of y'all don't know who you are. And a lot of us are searching. And I see it. We see it. We see it online. We see it on YouTube. You're foundational Black Americans. You understand? You're searching. You understand? But we here in the ISUPK, we bringing it out. You understand? We open it. We opening up the records. We telling you who you are. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Israelites according to the Bible. Read on, Adawan.
It's a lot. If I could, real quick, you know what I'm saying? It's a heavy part. It's a heavy part in the scripture that a lot of these Christians don't understand. Right? It says the fear of the Lord, not the love of the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It says you have to fear the Lord.
Yeah.
Love is not going to bring you the beginning of knowledge. The fear of the Lord, knowing that the Lord is going to do something to you, is the beginning of the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's the beginning of your act right and get right. Because I know, and what we teach as far as ISUPK, we know we better not eat that pork or we're gonna die.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We know we better not sell drugs to our brother. We're going to die.
That's right.
We know we better not sleep with another man's wife because we're going to die, and we fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're going to have this wise knowledge to say, hey, brother, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we telling you right now, you might not get caught about a husband, but the Lord is going to do something to you because you got to have that fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and keep reading.
Right. That's right, Adawan. That's right. I don't want to finish up that precept if you could, and I'm gonna piggyback off of you real quick when you get to the end of it.
All right, the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
But fools, they despise it. You understand? It's all y'all need to get a job. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You understand? We need to we need to strengthen our numbers so we can have an impact come election time. That's what y'all say. I mean, that's what they say out of one. You understand? They don't have the wisdom. They can't see that has never helped us. They can't see that has failed us every time. You understand? And I'm gonna go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it." Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise, understanding people. You understand? So these the law, statutes, and commandments, that is our that's our knowledge. That's our wisdom. Go ahead, warrior.
So like that, and that's crazy. And see, this is why the Bible is so powerful, right? Because you just read that to say the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High is our knowledge. It don't say in the Bible you got to go to a 4-year college and get a degree so you can have knowledge in the world to make it in this world. And that's what most people think, that you got to go get an education. Now, it ain't nothing wrong with going to get an education and being an intelligent brother. That's a great thing to have. But have you ever heard of a smart dummy? You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's just so damn book smart, they ain't got no common sense.
Right.
That's what it is to the Lord. Oh, go ahead.
I used to say, you too smart for your own good.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And that's what most Christians is running around here thinking going to get the education of the white man is more important and gives you more knowledge than the education of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You get educated in this Bible, man, and learn the do's and don'ts. You know what I'm saying? It tells you who to beware of and who to stay away from. And it teaches you everything that you need to know to have the knowledge of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you get the knowledge, not going to a 4-year college, not going to a trade school, especially not going to the theologian school. They really finna put you in the goddamn blender and twist you all up, and you're going to be even dumber than when you come out of that damn place, man. So go ahead. It's like it.
Yeah, we have to be careful, when we send our kids to college. You understand? They go away and they learn. Even before that, when they, you got to talk to them when they come home from school. What you learned today? What was the topic? Because you got to go behind these Edomite teachers and clean up things and give them the truth. You understand? Or else they will be brainwashed. If you leave it completely up to them to teach and raise your children, they're gonna become Oreos. You understand? They man, I'm trying to think of the words, but they just gonna be so carnally minded, to where they don't have no relation to spirit. They spiritual things. You understand? And what Christ said, if you can't understand earthly things, how can you understand spiritual things?
Right.
But they'll be to the point of where when it comes to spiritual things, they can't relate at all. You understand? Because they have been their mind has been filled to capacity, with the wisdom of this world, with Esau's wisdom, with the Greeks' wisdom, with the wisdom of the Romans, with the wisdom of Egypt. You understand? Let's move on, Adawan. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's jump down to verse 10 real quick. Let's get right into it.
Con, I want to add on to you got to be careful to sending your kids to the school, because if you continue to send your kids to school to that oppressive school, that white school, your child is gonna come home and be a homosexual, because that's what they teaching in the schools.
Come
home a flaming hot Cheeto. You know what I'm saying? That if you want to put your career before your children, that's what's gonna happen. You better go home when your kids come from work and make sure you talking to your children to know what they're learning in that school system.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm
You
saying?
telling the truth. Right.
And teach them the right thing. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, man, it's gonna be a long day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lock here. All right, we can go down to 10.
Right. Right. You know, you
All
let
right.
things, you let things get too far along than what they should have because you didn't do your due diligence. You didn't, you didn't you wasn't on it like you're supposed to, and you done looked up and that evil thing done took root in them. You know what I'm
Damn right.
saying? Whether it be lesbianism, you understand how, whatever,
Yeah,
But you
absolutely.
so right, Adawan, you have, man, that's the society. This is the society that we live in. You understand? Adawan, we got any messages or questions in the chat?
Comments in the chat. I got the greeting in there. I got the StreamYard in there. But nah, we don't have any comments yet though. I'll let you know as soon as we get some. I'll let you know.
Okay, all right. Most High in Christ. Let's jump to Proverbs. What we say? What I say?
10, verse 10.
Verse 10, sir.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, and verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Okay, so if sinners, you know what I'm saying? If sinners entice you, if sinners try to persuade you, you understand? If you living in the neighborhood, some young men, they try to persuade you, they try to convince you. You understand? They evil. They be into any and everything. It says if sinners entice you, they trying to persuade you, they trying to convince you to do something, to roll with them. Read that again, Baba Kashar.
If sinners, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Consent thou not. You understand? You have to be on your guard. You have to be able to stand up against evil. If they try to convince you or to persuade you to come with them, and they ain't up to no good. They about to get into something that you not about. They be on some other stuff, that you're not trying to, be a part of, that peer pressure is there. You understand? But see, Adawan, this is also what's so it's so important. It is so important, and it makes such a difference when the father is in the home.
Right.
Because the father can answer. The father will answer that door and say, no, Caleb, he can't come out. Caleb doing his homework. No, he can't come out. And also them knuckleheads, when they know that your daddy in the crib, they won't even knock. Sometimes they won't even knock on the door, and try to get you out, to come to roll with them, to get in some trouble,
Right.
because they know they know that it's the strong man is in the house. There's a strong man there, and you sisters, y'all be so quick to throw your man out, to divorce your husband. You don't even think about your son. You don't even think about your daughter, and when you throw that man out, the chances of your daughter getting pregnant in her teenage years increases. Y'all don't think about that because it's so selfish. You understand? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Adawan.
Damn right, they're right.
You understand?
Also to add on that to that too. You know what I'm saying? My son, if sinners entice thee, how many times have family members try to get you to celebrate their birthday without celebrating their birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try to, man, it ain't really, I don't really celebrate my birthday. I just, what they say, I just, I'm just glad to be here another year. The Lord, that the God doesn't let me live another year or something like that.
Yeah.
You know how they'll try to put lipstick on the damn pig with that. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to get you to celebrate Thanksgiving. They don't call it Thanksgiving. They call it a Friendsgiving or just a family get together. We don't celebrate no Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? So they're sinning, and don't let them entice. Don't let them entice you, and don't consent. Don't be willing to do none of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to abstain from all evil things and
That's
celebrating
right.
your birthday and celebrating Friendsgiving or whatever the hell y'all want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Is a sin to the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? So that's a heavy scripture that you brought out.
You're right. It's just getting started out of one. We read. Let's read. Keep going. Finish that and go on to verse 11 if you could, sir.
It says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not." Verse 11. If they say, "Come with us,"
if they say what?
Come with us.
Man, come, Caleb, come on, roll with us, man. Oh man, you quit being a PUSSY. Quit being a chump. Man, come on. You always, you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to resist the peer pressure. You have to be able to stand for the Lord against sinners. You understand? And say no. You gotta know how to say no. Sometimes out of one of these, like they gotta know how not even to answer the door. Look through the peephole, see that it's people that don't mean you no good, that's headed down the wrong path. Don't even answer the door. You understand? Like, Esau, they be walking down my block, be trying to sell me stuff, be knocking on people's doors.
Right.
And I'm to the point where if you don't call first, I don't, it's an inconvenience. You understand?
Right.
I won't even answer the door out of one.
Right. I feel you on that.
You understand? I don't even answer the door. You understand? That's how you got to be. You understand? So it says, read on verse 11. If they say, "Come roll with us,"
if they say, "Come with us," let us lay wait for blood.
That's what?
Let us lay wait for blood.
Man, we finna slide. We finna slide on these. We finna slide. We finna pay these people. We finna pay these guys back. It's payback time. You done took it up. They took it upon themselves to be avengers, to get some get back. When the scripture says that vengeance is the Lord, see, when you come to this truth, you're gonna learn these things. You understand? Just like that white cop that did that to Sonia Masi. You understand? We prayed, us priests and prophets of the Most High in the ISUPK months ago when it first happened. We prayed that the Lord would avenge her, and He did. You understand? The Lord can avenge you with a bumblebee. Let a bumblebee sting you, and you die. You drop dead to your grave, and just like He did to that evil Edomite, let him drop dead, from colon cancer. You understand? So don't take vengeance is the Lord. You ain't got to do it. You ain't got to do it. You understand? Vengeance is the Lord. So if they say if they trying to get you to roll with them, and lay wait for blood. For just reading that out of one, if you could.
Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause.
Let us lurk privily. Let us creep. Let us try to be on the low. Sneak up on. And right here it's talking about somebody that's innocent.
Right.
So it sounds like so they trying to hit a lick.
Right.
Brothers will. You got guys in the neighborhood will try to get you. You young, you in your teens. You understand. You dealing with peer pressure, man. They try to get you to join a gang. You understand? Come on, and try to pressure you into joining a gang. Try to make you feel, like you a wuss. Because you don't want no parts of it. That's peer pressure. Try to get you to roll with them. To hit a lick. They got a lick. You understand? We gonna split it. We gonna divide. We gonna split it. Read on out of 1.
Verse 12. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave.
Man, we gonna swallow them up. Alive. We gonna get rid of the body. If necessary, we dump. We get rid of it. Dump it somewhere. That's going on. This ain't far fetched. Young teenagers is doing these type of things. They doing these type of things. Going home, getting in. Going home to mama, crawling in the bed. Like ain't nothing happened.
Right.
Man, the mother don't know what type of monster, that's living, under her roof. Don't know what type of monster she done raised. Don't know that. Lil Mikey got bodies.
That's right.
He everybody in the neighborhood know, but the mama though. Not my baby. Not your baby is a beast out here.
How the hell? It's a lot if I could. You know what I'm saying? And of course, how the hell the mama gonna know when she working 18 hours in a day because she done put the man out the house? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the first thing she gonna say, I can do bad all by myself. And you're destroying the household. The household is completely out of order. You know what I'm saying? When you read this scripture right here, when he said, you know what I'm saying? If they say come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without a cause. That puts me in the mind of a gang initiation. You know what I'm saying? You heard a lot of gang initiations where they'll kill the innocent to show them that they want to be a part of their brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That's not a brotherhood. The Lord is telling you that's not a damn brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to stop that at the door. You know what I'm saying? And say, nah, we're not doing that. I ain't going with y'all. I'm not gonna go unalive the innocent. You know what I'm saying? Of my people, of nobody, because that is a sin.
That is a sin.
And that's all. It's all throughout the Bible. So you got it.
And out of 1, a lot of times it be out. They do these. They commit these crimes against our own people. You understand? And because the mama done put the man out the house. Now your 13-year-old son, feel like he don't have no choice but to step up to the plate. He see you struggling. He see you struggling, barely paying the bills. He see you coming in at night, working those long shifts, and what does he, what do he feel the need to do? Is to rob the innocent, to go try to pull a lick. You understand? it's a domino effect. You understand? Let's read on out of one.
All right, so like if I could, you got Rapayala checking in, and we got Officer Call Sapar. He's checking in as well. Shalom
Man.
Yahweh checking in.
Yeah, how about you? How about I know a lot of y'all out there that can relate. Do we got a number that they can call in out of one if need be?
Yeah, they can call the school number. It should be on the flyer. Let me see. It's they can call 712-832 8330. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
we all right, so like out of one, because we all got these stories. We all know somebody, or either we was that body, you know.
Right.
Let's get it. Let's get it out of one.
All right, where you at?
Okay, let's go on. Salaki, sir, go ahead.
But yeah, that was the end of verse 12.
Okay, let's go to verse 13.
All right, verse 13. We shall find all precious substance.
We shall what?
We shall find all precious substance.
Man, they keep us safe in their crib. You know, I seen it. I was over there. You over there? You over there, right? You know, because you was over there to see a girl, but you know, and the girl snuck you. The girl let you come in the crib while her parents was going to work, and you went to use the bathroom and accidentally saw that her daddy got a safe in the crib. You understand? Right. Is that how it work out? That how it goes sometime out of one?
Yeah, you already encased the joint.
You know, you're right. So later on, you know, you try to gather up the homies, man. I know when we, you know, all of y'all struggling, you know, living in the ghetto, right. You know, man, I know where we can hit a lick. I think that, you understand, you know, little do you know though, you know, it's always something that you're not prepared for, you know. Right. Let's read on out of one.
All right, verse 13. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil.
Man, we finna come up. You know, we gonna fill our pockets. You know, we gonna fill our pockets off of this lick. Right. You understand? This gonna set us right. I don't want. This is what we've been waiting. This is what we gonna be able to put work on the block.
Yeah.
You understand? This gonna set us straight.
And they going to get gold chains and Jordans and gold teeth and man, they finna do all kind. Man, they finna go get a Chevy with some 24s on that thing. They finna be looking good in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's read on though. Let's read on. Let's see what the Bible says. Let's see what the Most High say.
It says verse 14. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse.
Let us come on and put in this work with us. Let us all have one purse, meaning we gonna split it. We gonna split the pot. The purse, that's the pot. We gonna split the pot. Right. You know, that's the purse. Come on, put in this work with us, soldier. We gonna split it. You understand? Let's read on.
Verse 15, my son, walk not thou in the way with them.
Read that again out of one.
My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path.
Okay, my son. Okay, my son. Okay, walk not in the way with don't run with these type of young men. You understand? Right. But if you ain't got a daddy in the crib to tell you these things, you know, a lot of, I'd probably say 7.75, 7.5 times, 7.5 out of 10 times, a young man gonna fall is, man, is, I'm trying to be, is probably 7.5 times out of 10, you know, a young man is gonna, a young teenager that's living in the hood in poverty, seeing his mother struggle, is gonna fall victim, you know, to is gonna be overtaken by this type of peer pressure. You know, there ain't no man in the house that say, boy, if you don't get your ass in that room and finish your homework, you understand? And the young man need that. You need that. You need that daddy. You need that daddy. That I'm telling you, that's how you learn to fear the Lord first, by fearing your father, by having a father that's our stern father. You understand? You understand? Like the white man talk bad about Joe Jackson all the time, and I see, so when every time I see Joe Jackson or see videos, I see so much of my uncles and my father in that man. You don't boy, you don't vacuum that floor. You better. Right. I mean, boy, you don't do them chores, and you learn how to do things right the first time, because you know if you didn't get it right the first time, you was gonna have to. They was gonna make you do it all over again.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Like that. I want to go ahead.
That's a crazy thing. If I could add in there, man. Look, we had to make sure we did stuff around the house right when we was at a young age. Look, when we got about 18, we was ready to leave the house because we thought we could hold the house down. We was already doing all the dishes, washing all the clothes, cleaning up everything. We was ready, man. These kids these days, man, they don't even know how to operate a damn washing machine. They got to go look on YouTube and all that just to figure it out. We was far ahead of that. You know what I'm saying? We was ready to leave that house at 18. Now should we have left the house? I must say no, but we was ready to leave the house about 18. You know what I'm saying? Probably some of us 16, 17, because we had grown up way quicker than we probably should have, because our dad wasn't in the house. The mom wasn't in the house. She was too busy working. She ain't have time. A lot of us had to feed our own siblings. You know what I'm saying? We had to do all that. We had to grow up real quick. Let me give a shout out to Officer Napash Rayal, 144 in the building. You know what I'm saying? Checking in. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to say that. But yeah, a lot of us had to grow up a lot faster than we had to. You know what I'm saying?
Then we should have
had to. Yeah, then we should have had to. So we end up, like you said, we end up getting in these bad situations because you see your mom struggling, man. All you want to do is stop the struggle. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you not having that head and your house being out of order, you don't have that dad to correct it and to say, hey, nah, that's not what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you how to go out here and work for what you need. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out there and getting in the streets and creeping and trying to hit a lick like this scripture is describing that you so perfectly bring it out. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let you get back to it.
Right. You know, Most High in Christ, I don't want. And man, that's so heavy that you bring it out, because the white man is the devil, you understand? And they want to talk against men like Joe Jackson, right? What's so different? What's so different about Joe Jackson than Serena and Venus daddy? They also one day. He was an all stern man. Mm-hmm. Now, but the only thing about it is he didn't have no sons. Okay, and you still be stern and strict with your daughters, but it's on a tad bit lesser degree level than than the way that you might deal with your sons, because they boys,
Right.
but he still didn't play around. If he wasn't an all stern man, they wouldn't have the work ethic that they have. They wouldn't be where they are today.
Right. I mean, if
You
I could
understand?
add on to that too,
Uh-huh.
man, them brothers were so stern and so
Uh-huh.
tough on them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep them in line. Look,
Yeah.
they had to. What Michael did when his dad died? He damn near turned white. You know what I'm saying? And then the Serena and Venus, what they do? They went and got with 2 white men after they daddy, you know what I'm saying, passed or got to an old age to where he couldn't, tell them what to do, man. So they was keeping them on the right path. Now it
Yeah,
was a struggle.
that's
It
right.
was a struggle, but hey, when it ain't a struggle raising your damn kid, you know what I'm saying?
But
I
see,
know that I know I was a damn struggle trying to get raised back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But when it ain't a struggle, go ahead,
right. You telling the truth, man. Just like Eve went astray when she allowed the white man to get in her ear and entice her.
Right.
Once Michael, got of age to where he no longer had to legally listen to his father, and he allowed the white man to get in his ear.
Right.
Then he began to go off. Same as Venus and Serena. You understand? But it was not up under Joseph's watch. It wasn't up under, I don't know Venus their dad's name, but it wasn't up under his watch.
Right.
It's always, when you let the serpent infiltrate you. You understand, and it's so much we can learn from that. That's why we don't allow no persons that's not an Israelite, in our functions. In our, you can't come to our cookout. No, you can't come to our Passover. No, we've learned. We've seen it in history time and time again. No. This is of the Lord. We know better. And it's not going down. You understand? Where we at out of 1?
You at verse 15. They finished with 15 going to 16.
Okay, so it says, let me see where we at out of 1, because I know we got to wrap it up real quick. My son.
Yeah, we have Proverbs 1 and verse 16.
Okay, it says my son walked not. Okay, so it says we just finished up. Don't go with him. Don't go with him. Oh man, you a wuss, man. Or just I'll be a wuss. You understand? Because 5-10 years, in the future, you look, a lot of them will be in jail, or dead. You understand? And and you will be, thankful that you resisted the temptation, that you didn't roll with them to do evil. You understand? What we have, verse 16. Let's read that real quick.
Verse 16. For their feet run to evil.
They run to evil.
Right. And make haste to shed blood.
They make haste the slide. Slide. To get some bodies. Or whatever these young, the buy-ins are saying, whatever terminology that they use in these days. You understand? Don't have no, man, don't just murder. I'm Salaki. We don't want to know we on YouTube on a live, just like it ain't nothing, out of 1, just like it ain't nothing, paying people to unalive, just like it ain't nothing. You
All right.
understand? But
Like if I could, real quick, we got Officer Thumayum in the building.
we
He
see,
just said shalom.
hey,
No, it's a crazy.
out of one.
It's a crazy thing because these brothers run to evil. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's because the women love the evil, man. They want a tough guy. They want a brother that got a couple bodies on them. You know, our little young sisters are YBs. You know what I'm saying? They want that. That's attractive to them. If he out here murdering, unaliving brothers out there, what you think he gonna do to you when you piss him off? You know what I'm saying? What do you think? You should run from that brother if that's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? If a sister is doing evil, you should run from that sister as well because you don't want to get caught up in that, man. How many times have we seen young brothers get locked up or unalive for just being around some people they shouldn't have been around? You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Our parents used to tell us that all the time. Hey, stop hanging around that boy. Don't get caught hanging around that boy. He trouble. You know what I'm saying? They used to tell us that all the time. But if you don't got them parents in the house, you know what I'm saying? If your house is out of order, the father ain't there now, the mother got to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet to put food on the table. These are type of the situations that you run into. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
And the Bible is warning. You know, it's got the instructions for life. You know, it's all here. You understand? Your Christian pastor ain't bringing these things out. You know, the communities, you know, are in shambles. You know, are destroyed. You know, because the pastor's concerned, all he's concerned about is the offering and getting more money out of you. You know, let's read on real quick. I don't want so we can wrap it up real quick.
All right. You want to go to verse 17?
Let me see what I got. Let me see what we're gonna stop at. We're gonna stop at verse 19, sir.
All right. Verse 17. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird.
Surely in vain the net is set. So in so many words, you digging your own grave. You know, you think you pulling a, you think you getting away, even if you do, because a lot of times you might not get caught the first. You might get away with it. You understand? And what that do, that just make you braver. That make you more courageous. You know, to pull another one, pull some more licks. You know, but are you just digging a deeper hole, a deeper grave for yourself? You understand? Because the evil is gonna catch up with you. You understand? Read on. And the Most High see you. Salaki out of one.
Good to go. Verse 18, and they lay wait for their own blood.
And they do what?
They lay wait for their own blood.
That you digging your own ditch.
All right.
Read on.
All right. They lurk privily for their own lives.
Man, you sliding, your sliding is in vain. You know, your sliding is gonna return to you. It's gonna come, you know, it's gonna come. Basically, you live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword.
Right.
You understand? You know, just look in the media. You know, there's some cases going, some very popular cases, you know, that's going on. You know, just man, with that, to where some lessons, some great lessons that you can learn from what's going on. You understand? And though it took years, you know, decades, the truth, you know, is being revealed, you know, as the Most High, you know, the truth will come to light. And you know, and the lesson is, it just don't pay. You know, don't pay to do do evil. And it's not worth it. You know, it's not worth it. You know, if you just you ruin your life, you ruin the lives of your family, you know, your kids, you know, you ruin your reputation, you know, you just ruin your whole life, you know, just ruin your whole life. And it ain't worth it, you know.
Right.
So we teaching you how to be righteous men in ISUPK, you know. Keep these laws, learn who you are, do these, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, get your rib, or you know, a couple ribs. You know, raise you a family. You understand, and how to, and how to live an honest, righteous life. You understand? Let's read on. I don't want to worry yet.
It's verse that was verse 18, verse 19.
Uh-huh.
So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain.
Read that again, Baba Kashar.
Khan. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain.
So that's the way of everyone that is greedy of gain, to where you're gonna shed blood. To you feel like the way to get it is to shed blood. The end is death. You know, you dig in your own grave. You understand? And it's gonna come back on your own head. You know.
Right.
So we're gonna finish this last precept, then we're gonna wrap it up. You know. You'll wrap it up.
All right, verse 19. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof.
Which do what?
Taketh away the life of the owners thereof.
The what?
Taketh the life of the owners thereof.
You out here taking people's life, unaliving people, you know, for money, you know, putting money on people's head. Things like that, even that, you know, just, you know, it's not up, is life and death is not for you to decide. You know, that belongs to the Most High. He is he called the shots on that. He is the avenger. He is the avenger. You know, let him send his angels to carry these things out. You understand? And with that, Adamar, shalom.
All right, hey, shalom Israel.
Started on the streets back in '69. Ready